What if Huawei's upcoming AI SSD launch could finally solve the VRAM wall? You know, that memory bottleneck that's really strangling AI speed and scale. Could this SSD actually replace expensive high-bandwidth memory, or HBM, and maybe even tilt the global AI memory game in favor of Chinese tech? Today, we're going to explore Huawei's bold push into AI storage with their August 27th announcement. Welcome to StockScope AI. Wherever you are in the world, go ahead and subscribe now if you want smart insights where AI, hardware, and geopolitics all converge. Let's begin. Earlier, Huawei unveiled a pretty powerful AI inference acceleration toolkit called UCM, or Unified Cache Manager. It uses KV cache logic to distribute data across HBM, DRAM, and SSD, which lets it cut latency by up to 90% and boost throughput as much as 22 times. Now, they're ready to take the next leap, launching a fully self-developed AI SSD, aiming to reduce reliance on restricted HBM memory. Unlike standard PC SSDs, Huawei's AI SSD is engineered specifically for data center scale AI workloads, especially those massive model training and inference jobs. HBM offers unparalleled bandwidth, but it's expensive, limited in capacity, and honestly, pretty tough to scale. Huawei's SSD leans on large capacity with high throughput, directly tackling the VRAM wall. They even plan to embed the AI SSD into all-in-one AI servers through partnerships with integrated system vendors. So HBM supply is pretty tightly controlled by South Korean and US producers, and export curbs are making access even more restricted for Chinese firms. Huawei's AI SSD, when paired with software tools like UCM, is actually building a self-reliant memory stack, which, honestly, lessens dependency on foreign chips. And this AI memory shift is strategic. It's not just a technical move. Around the world, companies like Micron and Kioxia are really pushing AI memory forward with some advanced SSD innovations. For example, Micron launched the 7600 AI SSD for inference workloads. Now, Huawei is stepping into this arena with its own approach. High-capacity SSDs, optimized cache architecture, and strategic server embedding. Honestly, their combination of hardware and software gives them a pretty unique edge. So, if Huawei's AI SSD actually delivers on its promises, it could totally reshape how AI compute systems are put together, shifting away from those HBM-limited GPU nodes to, SSD-enhanced accelerator stacks. For data center operators, this might mean more scalable memory, better latency, and honestly just an easier upgrade path, since swapping SSDs is way simpler than retrofitting HBM. And on a global scale, this kind of leap could really push other players to start innovating beyond HBM, maybe even prompting a whole shift in the memory ecosystem. Now, on launch day, that's August 27th, here's what to keep an eye on: the design specs, all those performance benchmarks, and of course the throughput and latency figures. Does Huawei actually reveal how this integrates with servers? And how does the performance stack up against the existing HBM-based systems? Plus, you'll want to follow reactions from Micron, Kioxia, and global cloud AI service providers. Does this, create a real sea change? Okay, let's talk about three possible futures. First, the disruptor scenario. The AI SSD performs as well as, or even better than, expected, and suddenly the global AI memory strategy shifts in favor of SSD architectures. Second, there's incremental innovation. The SSD helps with some workloads but doesn't really replace HBM entirely. It just kind of complements what's already there. And third, the overhyped scenario. The performance or cost just can't match HBM, adoption stalls, and it ends up being labeled as a China-only gimmick. So, which scenario do you believe in? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's talk in the comments. Huawei's AI SSD launch could actually be the first real challenger to HBM's dominance, especially if you pair it with UCM's software edge. So, will August 27th become a real pivot point in the AI memory race? Subscribe and share if you're interested. And stay tuned, because I'll be covering all the post-launch reveals and follow-up stories right here.